Yo, Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, I got my coffee. I hope you do too. Have a fantastic day and good morning. Well, mate, you might be watching in the afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening, good wherever you are. Have a fantastic day. Don't tell me what kind of day to have, Guido, you son of a... Okay, Thunderbolt. Yesterday I brought you some Tier 6 goodness in the AC4. Why do I think that thing's called the Sentinel? Is it called the Sentinel, or am I completely off base right there, out to lunch? I don't But anyway, this is about the Thunderbolt. This is an Easy 8 variant for the U.S. veterans. It is one of the tanks you get for the veteran thingamajobber. And you get the cool little camo with it, with all the stars and stripes all over it, and then people who don't like America can call you names. So it's really good. It works on a lot of levels, my friends. A lot of levels. It triggers the enemy and sometimes your own team, and it's kind of fun to play. Kind of fun to play. I had 2 good games in this thing. I've been running it for Battle Pass, and I've been running it for my 100 Battle Challenge. I just hadn't played it very much. And as I was thinking about how I was going to do this video, I was like, all right, so the theme is going to be that this is another one of those lesser-known tanks. But I think this thing is... We'll have to look at the stats on how much it gets played. I will say for the veterans, you know, everyone knows it in terms of the veteran thing, because if you've signed up for that, we all have one. So the Wolverine takes a poke at us. We are in a Tier 6 and 5 battle, so there are some definite bully possibilities here with this thing. And I'm just, for the moment, I'm missing. And I will say that... And then that one hits. Well, I say I'm missing. I will say that for the RNG aspect of Shermans, they can be really frustrating. So, and that just, I didn't get the Stug, but I hit the guy behind him. So this poor Stug, he just gets absolutely abused. He's probably sitting there thinking, why did I even try? And I am just shooting a bunch of gold. All the golds. There we go. We got a hit, but it ricocheted. The M6 is making a move, and this is making me feel like we're going to pretty soon break this down, and I'm also thinking maybe I should push in and help him. So let's go do this. This guy's not looking, so we hit him. Down goes the M4A1. We missed that dude. There's 3 of them. They can quickly machine gun down the M6, and there he goes. I wish I'd made that move a little bit earlier so I could actually save my M6, but I do not. I'll come around here. I need to be a little bit careful. Again, I don't want all 3 of them to be shooting me, so we'll work on the Stug. And the Wolverine goes off that way. Which, he makes an interesting move here. I just kind of come out at him. He misses. Actually, oh, he bounced. He bounced a heat shell, so 350 would have hurt. But I get a bounce. That's one thing about this tank, is it has decent hull armor for a Sherman. I believe it's the E2 hull armor. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. I think this is the heavier kind of guy. The old Thunderbolt. And then the Wolverine comes around. We just auto-aim that guy. That's a technique to use right there. Something I use a lot, especially when we're kind of coming around corners like that. It works faster for me. The only thing you can't do with it is, because it's centroids, you have to wait till the gun and the position you're shooting on the enemy tank are both clear of the obstacle, which means you can't shoot a little bit forward. So if you're quick enough, you can get an advantage when someone's coming around a corner and shoot them in the front corner of the tank before they can get their gun online, depending on where their turret is positioned. Or if you're lazy and you want to do it that way, you just auto-aim them and wait till the target that you're aiming, the position you're aiming, and your gun are both clear of the obstacle, and then you can just fire. I find that to be faster sometimes rather than zinging around with... Because I use scroll zoom, some of you are really good at the shift zoom, but... For that little battle, shift zoom, I don't think I would ever really figure that out in time before he shot me. So I think the auto-aim is maybe one of the faster ways to do it. Also, one of the things about the Wolverine is the turret is so slow. Sometimes when you're doing those kind of moving battles like that, you can get a slight advantage because your turret is online faster. If he was offline with the turret and he was waiting for it to come around to get on me and shoot, as an example, sometimes you can win the old Wild West draw battle. So the 40 TP, I thought it was the Wolverine that snuck by me earlier. It was the 40 TP. I looked for him and he's nowhere to be found. Turns out he actually headed south. Now I'm looking at this going, okay, KV2R, taking on a Stug 3 and an M10 and something else down there. Let's go over here to the cap and see if we can't work on these guys. I wanted to go help get rid of this Sturv. And then I find that guy. And I just, like, well, hold on. I need to take a break here because it's time to get rid of a farty. He's making a runner. He has no idea really where he's seen from. Oh, geez, it's going to take 3 shots to kill this guy. Good news is, RNG says yes. 3 in a row. And then I look over there, and that guy's beat up those fellers. Oop, look out. 60 GFT is an issue. And I'm figuring, well, I'm about to get sandwiched here. And my team has taken a few on the nose here. And we're down to a 4v4. We got 1,400 damage. This version, this Sherman version, is pretty slow. Let me find that guy. He's kind of sitting there. Let's take a quick snap. And, oh, worked. Very nice. That's good. But he sees me, so now it's time to get out of here. Let's move on this way. There's the 40 TP. So now I'm thinking, all right, standard. Here's the standard thing. The mid to late game decision making. Let's go sort out our cap. It is where all my buddies are, but they're all the buddies who hang out at cap. So all my buddies that hang out at cap, I don't trust them that much. Nasshorn says, I think we blew this. Stand by, my friend. Stand by. Good news is, my buddies got rid of the 40 TP. Fantastic. We do have an LEF. And he does some good work, actually, where he's hanging out right there. For a moment, I thought the RBFM was in the middle, and then the Muppetry of my understanding of the map came forward. And then I changed my mind and went back this way. Because they sorted out the KB2, I thought, all right, well, now maybe I can trick them. They last saw me headed south. Let's go back this way, and maybe I can find the 60 GFT or the Sturv being foolish and raging around the corner. I have 840 hit points, so I've saved enough votes that I can now start spending some hit points to kill guys that are near deads. My ability to trade right now is pretty good. Now that's the Sturv 74. It is not the autoloader version. So he and I shoot about the same speed and do about the same damage, I believe. So we'll come over here and... oh, found him. Found him, and he only has 500 hit points. So we'll snap that on him. We'll back out. Probably could have done a little better job with the camo there, but I just wanted to get him dead. So we'll just keep this. And now I'm just going to kind of accept that he might hit me. Let's just hit up that. He has to run. He's like, oh, I lost that trade war big time. And we end up just nuking him. So we whittle him down to Z. The Stug 3 is making a nice little move there, although I'm not in support at the moment. And then I find this dude. I'm like, oh, well, he's going over here. 60 GFT. Now let's talk a little bit here about, and this especially works at lower tier with the lower alpha TD. Sometimes you got to be careful, or more careful with the higher alpha, but it still works with casemates in general, especially if they have kind of high foreheads. And we'll talk about what we're doing here. He runs, he spins, and he's looking for a defendable position. Not a bad idea for a TD. He's got me kind of isolated, so I can't just go right around him. That's good for a TD. So I'm going to come in here, and we're going to see that rock. So I'm just going to sneak up underneath him. He's going to have trouble shooting me. I'm using that cover. And then just watch what I do. I'm just going to go, okay, where is the edge? Move. And the gun's not really online. He's going to have a hard time. So I'm going to pick apart that upper right side of that casemate and minimize the amount, and maybe even stop his gun from really getting online. Although I am putting out for shots this side of my tank. I'm not just driving out in front of him. I'm just giving a little bit. There we go. Just sneak in here. And, oh, he has to run. He knows that. He knows the jig is up. He knows this is not working for him. And right there, I just accept that he might get a shot. The bad thing about coming out at this high an angle right here is all this front part of my tank came out from behind the cover. If I had been at at less angle, I would have first put my front armor to him with a good angle, and there would have been less showing. So I'm talking about an angle like this, but I just wanted to get him dead. I knew he was a one shot. I have 840 hit points, and the RBFM's the last guy. So the other thing is the standard act of time that we talk about. The game really is about time to a large extent. And I didn't have a lot of time to screw around with that guy with the Stug being on 73 hit points. I didn't really think we were in much danger of losing as I engaged him because it was a near-dead M10. But you really don't want to let guys start dropping your near-dead friends and let them back into the game. So at that point, I just decided, let's keep pressing. Killing. All right, we'll just shoot him. There we go. That's one. He does get that guy, and he's trying to make a run, and he gets killed. Right at the end. 2,562, 6 kills for a Top Gun. Bringing the thunder with the Thunderbolt. Got a second one for you. Let's go check that one out. Alright, this is some serious seal clubbing here, right? Experienced player, pretty good player, top tier with tier 4s. This is the one you salivate when you have a tier 6 and you have a good tier 6. And you go, oh man, I have a good setup here. So we are on hills. It's actually called mines, but in the files it's called the hills. Or not the hills, but hills. Hills are alive with the sound of Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. We'll come up to the middle here. I do want to be careful about the stupid LEF. They do have one of those. Couple good hits and pens with him, and yeah, I'm pretty much done and out of the game. There's also the T82 HMC little thing. Remember that one when that was a TD? It was a little nightmare TD that the seal clubbers used all the time. Was that what it was? Was it the HMC? I think it was. They made it a TD initially, and I think they changed it to Artie. Although the number, it is a bit of alphabet soup, so it may have been a slightly different number. In any event, that tank is gone. So we'll just push up. The Wolverine is not really paying attention. And there's the old LEF doing his thing. So I really want to avoid getting hit by that guy if I can at all. Thought about sitting there engaging him, but let's just move past. Let's just get past that. We'll take the hill. Not too worried about either one of those guys coming up. Plus I saw the KB2 on the back edge here, and I was really interested in maybe trying to find a way to start working this guy. But he does a nice job surviving because I just get all kinds of shots of opportunity here. This guy's tracked. I'm going to back up here and just... Oops. Whoa. I'm going to back up here and just minimize the amount of my tank that he sees. I could probably back shift and side scrape out. Then he goes dark and I have to go in here to find him. And I snap a hasty shot and miss. And he's having trouble pinning me. That 3J's gun is terrible. So that's the old tier 4s getting absolutely obliterated by tier 6s right there. There are more so than an 8 against a 10. There are just some guns down there that have very little chance of penning tier 6, some of the tier 6s. And you can just do things like stand out in front of them and nuke them. Now I'm just blasting gold through to try to take on this Matilda. It takes a while to whittle him down, especially when I roll a 102. Good lord. So we disintegrate that guy. He's down to 1,000, or I'm up to 1,046 damage. Looks like they're making a bit of a move in the middle, so I figure let's flex. We're going to meta flex. There's my buddy, the Artie, taking a shot at me. We'll just spin move away. And then I think, you know, it's an LEF and it's a T82. I might actually get one more shot at me. Yep, there he is. Tries to make it happen. Let's just sneak around here. And that looked like a shot. Like somebody had a shot at me. I wasn't really sure what the heck just happened right there. This Rudy's in trouble. He knows it. He's trying to dodge. Now we got a Stogue trying to make a move. And had they been organized and all just come up at me, they might have had a chance. There's the casemate thing we just talked about, trying to work on it with this guy, just taking what he offers me. Wolverine's making a move. He's out in the middle. He misses. Ooh, I bounced a Wolverine. I think I got into the top angled armor. Ooh, there we go. Put one into him there. With this tank, it just takes a while to whittle these guys down. Just takes a long time. Now I got a couple near dead, so I just want to try to pick them off. There we go. We got the Rudy. The Stug knows he has to make a move. I slap him. Slap him again. He goes down. Now the Wolverine's hiding behind the rock. I did not go into the open and finish the Wolverine immediately. I wanted the LEF to not get a free shot. Now this dude's just trying to hide from me. He'd have done better just to engage and get some damage. Now I'll just accept that the LEF may get me because I have an opportunity to get rid of him. Down he goes, 2,029 damage. Well, that's good news. 4 of them, well now 3 of them, are hiding out by cap, so I know where all those dudes are. I was getting a little bit worried about how I was going to push into all the campers. There we go. We find that. We start shooting him. Looking for that back corner. Got him tracked. Looks like somebody else may have tracked him because it doesn't look like I got... No, I did get some tracking assist on the Matilda. Just start gunning this guy down. This poor dude has no idea what's happening. Now the Electo turns around. KV2. I thought about coming off the edge right there, but the game was not 100% won. I would have hated to come down there, get hit by the LEF, have the KV2 somehow get his gun around and one-shot me. That was a terrible shot. No lead fire. So he goes to hide. I probably spent a little more time there than I should have. If that KV2 was aggressive at all, he may have come around and figured out a way to shoot me, but I think he was hiding from everything else. Now we find this Artie, and that's beautiful. Let's shoot him. There we go. I know there's a rock wall there, so I figured that's probably what was stopping me from getting a highlight. That gets us to 7 kills. 2,900 damage. Bounce off his top. That was a bad choice. All I had to do was scooch a little bit more, and I could have got into the back, and that would have been another kill. I think I might actually get him here eventually. Surprised nobody's just pushed in there and killed him off, but, you know, KV2s, you got that fear factor with the gun. I figured he was dead anyway, so I just stopped bothering with him. Sort of hoping maybe there's an opportunity to dive bomb, but probably not. There we go. Shoot that dude. Just get forward. Who cares if we get hit? There we go. I think the LAF takes a shot at me. There it is. Boom. We'll just aim in where he was. I think I was a little left of where he was. I think he was off to the right a little bit more. We shoot a couple times. Oh, there he is. He's right there. Boom. That went into him. Try again. Oh, he's moved. That's a bummer. Just keep shooting. Oh, that might have hit him too. Don't know. No, those look like maybe they're running in. Yeah, that one didn't hit. There he is. 5 hit points. Then everyone left on the team push into there. I think Artie actually ends up killing. There we go. Artie gets him. So a little LEF on LEF violence at the end. I didn't actually realize we had one. 3,310 damage, 161 assists, 7 kills in the SEAL Club Extravaganza. Good little tank. I enjoy this tank quite a bit. This is one that doesn't bother me too much going to 100 battles in because it's just a pretty good tank. Can be effective bottom tier as well. Although seeing tier 8s in this thing, I mean this one is a little rough with tier 8s. You have kind of a lot of trouble doing much to them. You're going to be spamming some gold and you're going to be doing some tracking, looking for that assist kind of stuff. But it's still useful. Top tier, kind of a monster, especially in a game like this where nothing really was able to take me on and challenge me. All right, that's all I've got, guys. I hope you have a good, this should be Wednesday, I think. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you.